Following the Jacobs Report, knowing that city residents wanted 21st century learning and maintaining CTC in small learning communities, the school department consulted with an educational planner. The planner, Frank Locker, presented more than 5 options. All of these proposals maintained fiscal responsibility at the center and as a practical driving force for the future of our schools.
So there was an A, a B, a C, and a D for each school, and then there was like a D alternate for Tollgate. And that had more to do with site issues at Tollgate, whereas Pilgrim is flat, very open, nothing in the way. Tollgate is different elevations, and it has a lot of ledge. So when you go through A through D, it's really cost-driven. So A was a little bit less and mostly renovations, keeping the configuration of the existing building. B was doing a little bit more, maybe an addition on the front, giving it a different facade, just trying to give you a little bit more. C was a nice compromise. It gave us quite a bit more, several additions, much better look, really giving more community spaces and really driven towards 21st century learning. D was going to be the ultimate renovation where we give as much as possible. And then the alternate D at Tollgate was kind of giving us, was really driven by what he called the Spanish steps that really go up this elevation. It was very dramatic, and he wanted to incorporate that, but that was really a cost-driven decision. And so we went to the school committee, and Frank presented all of his options.
From there, the school committee studied those options and selected the option that was to do significant renovations to both Pilgrim and to Tollgate. And as we went forward with that process, the RIDE, the Rhode Island Department of Education, gave us feedback saying that renovation was not an option. It wasn't a cost-effective option. Money could be better spent, and almost dollar for dollar provide us with new buildings as opposed to renovated buildings.
After a delay due to COVID, which shut down the whole process, the district moved ahead with the RIDE required stage 1, stage 2 process, which, to expand on a little bit, stage 1 is the necessity of construction stage. Stage 2 is a conceptual and schematic design, which is much more involved, not buildable plans, but close to it. So we went out seeking bids for a qualified architectural team to lead the process. The team of Secotio, SAAM, and Frank Locker won the bid. The team started working in June 2021 on stage 1, the necessity of construction. And in July 2021, the team presented the first renovation concept to RIDE for their input and consideration. RIDE immediately and firmly stated that they would not support nor would they approve the renovation concept for the following reasons. 1, the cost difference, or the delta, between the renovation and new construction was minimal when everything was factored into the equation. When you think about what the impact to our students would be, how it would affect their education, that a whole class of students from freshman to senior year would be impacted by construction. They'd be moving around class to class, section of the building. Nothing would be consistent for their entire 4-year career. The concern that the projects could not be completed in the 5-year window for reimbursement that's required by RIDE. When you do a project, you have 5 years to complete it, or RIDE will shut off the reimbursement rate to it. The team was told that only new schools would be considered. We would need to move to a Plan B, as Plan A was not going to be accepted by RIDE, and there would be no reimbursement for renovated schools. At this point, the Plan B, the new school option, was presented to the school committee, and the school committee approved moving ahead with new schools as there were no other options. First concepts were presented to the mayor and city council immediately after that. and we were given the nod to go ahead and move forward with this option B, the new school.